Good morning, good morning. Okay, I think we're up running. Let me get the size. Oops. Where's my screen? Testing 1, 2, 3. Are we up? It looks up. What's going on here? Right. Okay, I think we're up and running. Okay, I think it's all right. Let's see. Just got a mail here. Party reservation. So good. Okay, looking good. Let's run this. Okay, you can see what's going on today. It's going to be a sizing stream. So we just got one type of paper here. It's the Takenaga paper. They're actually sheets that a few minutes ago were this large. This is big stuff. This is the normal size of a sheet like this. I cut it in half a few minutes ago. We would theoretically like to size them all as a single large sheet, but it's just not practical. A brush wide enough to go over the whole thing all the way down, it's not practical. They existed in the old days, but I have none, nor do I have a hot bucket big enough. So they get cut in half. And what these are going to be is this is going to be 18 prints actually. After the sizing is done, I will cut it for the printers in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what they are going to be is these are going to be chibi prints in pairs, and this is for the Patreon chibis. The Patreon Chibis 2019 version are due soon. We've got them carved, we've got test printing already done, and the Patreons are eagerly waiting for the first one, which will be going out in, I believe, June. I'm not sure. Cameron has the details on that. So we've got to get going on the printing. We've already done the first batch. So I've got 30 sheets here. We're going to do the top half, flood it, flip them over, do the back half, and then hang them up. So that's all we've got for the stream today. So it's probably not going to be a 90-minute stream. It's going to be maybe about an hour, I think. Half, flip it over, and do the back half. And I'm here by myself on a Sunday morning, so I won't be able to do that thing about moving the camera to the next room. So you won't be seeing the hanging up part today. I'll just be doing the sizing part. I think we're about ready to go. Camera B is ready. Camera A is ready. Get the brush softened up. Okay, I think the brush is ready. Let's do this. Good start. I see on the stream it's going to be a quiet morning. Is it up there? It's Saturday night for most of you guys, I guess. Sunny morning here in Tokyo. Beautiful, beautiful day. Recently on the weekends I've been putting the camera outside, but because I'm up here on the third floor I can't do that. So. Glue mix is, I think it's at 60 here. Yeah, I've got it between 50 and 60, well 55 centigrade. And nothing secret about this at all. It's a mix of Japanese Nikawa. Nothing secret. This is the glue mix. It's Japanese Nikawa glue in granular form. Mixed with alum. The recipe varies during the year. We're now in late spring, so we've increased the concentration of the glue a little bit compared to midwinter. The current mix is 35, no, it's, what did I do, 40. It's 40 grams of Nikawa and 6 grams of alum per liter of water. I'm going to do the same strength on front and back. Now remember to bring them up today to show. Sometimes I forget. Most times I forget. What do you mean back? It never left. Just usually I finish my breakfast before starting. Today I didn't have a chance to get everything done. Excuse me. Today's stream brought to you by living a dream. Am I living a dream? I guess. I don't know. Who knows? This week's dream, anyway. I'm curious about the comment here. I'm not negative about the comment. It's a nice comment. You're enjoying what we're doing here. But what's the connection about being an old man? If you ever get to be an old man someday, I would strive to be like me. Like, what's this got to do with being old? You can't do this now, or? The staff was killing me yesterday. The girls who were here, the staff was in yesterday. It was Amori-san and Kitamura-san. And both of them hadn't been here for a while. We were chatting about different things and on the YouTube comments. These two girls who work here, you know, they see me all the time. They're not interested. I mean, they're not, I don't know, whatever. I'm just a normal guy to them. I'm the boss. They see me screw up. They see me do good things and whatever. And they see the YouTube comments and they're just like, what are these people talking about? This is just Dave, you know. Yeah, the old brush is back because I'm not really quite so sure about that new brush. We're going to chat about this a bit today. I'll show it to you in just a sec. This is the brush we've been using for a long time. A double brush that Aoyama-san made for me, for us. A couple of months back, printer Mitamura-san brought over this brush, which is a one-piece single brush, which was made recently, and I thought this is real cool. We've been trying it. But as it happens, all the batches of size that I did with this brush, the printers have been complaining about it. With no exceptions. I'm really not sure, so for today I'm putting this aside, and I'm going back to use this other one as a bit of a control. Because I don't know, this looks nice, it feels nice, it's got nice hair, it puts it out very well. But the hair is indeed longer. There's a lot more hair, and it's obviously carrying more fluid. And either I'm not dealing with it properly or something I don't understand, but at the moment I'm going to put this aside because the printers are not happy. I suspect that what it is, it's just that I'm so used to this one and I know how to use it and how much fluid to put in there. I'm not used to that one, but at the moment, just in order to get back on track, this is the problem with this job, is there are so many variables, so many variables. Being at peace with what you do, yeah, that's, I've got there at last, of course, you know, it's taken a while to get there, but yes. I haven't got the hot carpet. It's warmer up here this morning now. It's a nice spring day. We're back over 20 again, so I don't think I need the hot carpet. The room is pleasant. There's no chilliness in the paper. I don't think it's congealing quickly, so I think we're okay on this. This paper is destined for the Patreons, the Patreon people. These are all going to be Patreon chibis. There will be 18 chibi prints cut from each of these sheets that you see here. It's the print you saw me carving over a couple of weeks ago. There was the paper maker image and the irises image. They'll go on here together. I don't have the finished print to show you. Remind me again when we're downstairs tomorrow. I've got the finished prints on my desk and I'll show you one. Bei-chan has done a batch. How did the color separation on the Patreon chibis work? It's okay. We didn't get a good rich brown there. If I had thought about it more carefully, I'd realized we had a weak yellow and a weak red. So we had a good blue. We had two different blues on the chibi, but we had only a weak red, a pink, and the yellow was more of a beige color. So that's not going to give us a good rich brown. But she adjusted it a bit. She put the skin tone up a bit stronger than you would perhaps have just for skin tone. And it gave us a woody color on that thing, so. It was a trade-off, you know. Cutting an extra block to give that brown might have been a thing to do, but that, considering how many copies we're making, 100, 600, 700, 800 copies, increasing the block count by 1 is a big deal for that. So the wooden frame where we had light brown on the top and dark brown on the side, it doesn't look so much like dark brown at the moment. It looks more like shadow, which is okay. It looks fine. I think it's behaving well today, going nicely, going smoothly. It's a question, what is it about the paper? What giant question. People write books about this. You know. In a nutshell, the point about this Japanese paper that's different from most, generic Western papers is this is made from tiny fibers. The mulberry tree, they slap it up, the stuff you see behind me up there. The mulberry fibers, that's bark. When you smack it up, you boil it and smack it up and bash it up, it separates into tiny, small, long, thin fibers, about maybe 15 millimeters long or so, but they're really, really thin. It's like tiny pieces of hair. And when they're in the tub and the guy's rocking them, they form a mat together. And this is the key to the Japanese paper, that it's made of a mat of small interlocking fibers. It turns out that gives it huge strength, it gives it resilience, and it gives a structure where the pigment goes up between the fibers and forms a mat of color. Just another benefit for it is that those fibers are extremely resistant to interacting with oxygen and stuff. Unlike pulps, they don't go brown. Paper like this doesn't oxidize to anywhere near the same extent that Western, like cellulose type papers do. So Japanese paper will stay white for centuries, literally centuries. We've got prints in the shop downstairs that are a couple of 100 years old, and they're not bright white anymore, but they are white paper. They haven't gone brown and oxidized. Would I consider reprinting the beauties of Four Seasons with the printers in the shop? Yes, but not as a set. And when we do get the printing skills in the shop, those prints will be just going to our general catalog. We'll do them one by one as single items. There's no reason to publish it as a set. Who's this? Rei-chan? Couldn't be Susan. She didn't ask me to take her paper out. Eh? すぐさんですか？
あ、そう、今日休みだったんだけど、昨日メールしたんです。
ボタンないでしょ？
そう、ボタンなくって、それでメールしたね。メール昨日6時 夕方6時半だったから見てないかもしれないと。
ちょっと待って、待って。
あ、大丈夫です、大丈夫です。
Sugi-san's here, but the paper is now.
そう、ごめんね。すいません。私も今日出勤するつもりじゃなかったの。
ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って。
あ
はい。すぐさん。
あ、すいません。
あ、石川さんと思ったの。
あ、石川さんと思った。
そう、I saw the mail. I didn't realize it was you. なつきはすぐさんです。
すいません。ごめんなさい。いや、私もこっちつけてかなかったから、いけない。
でも今日の温度でもうすぐ。
大丈夫だと思う。すいません。いやいや、大丈夫。
じゃあ石川さんのものを戻らない。
じゃあ戻さないと。
そっか。Excuse me just a minute here. そっか。日曜日珍しいでしょ、すぐさん。何、旦那さん仕事あるとか？そうか。Sugi-san, I followed what I thought were the instructions. I took the paper out of the fridge. There was no yellow button for her, but there was an email from what I thought was Ishikawa-san. They said, take my paper out of the fridge. So I did, and it was a mistake. It was Sugi-san who sent the email. So now have you got the paper out for the right person? Give me a break, it's okay. No, she's okay, she's all right. She knows it's an off track, she knew it was a special request that may or may not get fulfilled. She's okay. Yeah, what I'll ask in a minute, once she gets unpacked there, I will ask her to show some of the sample prints here so we can get a peek at this. It's been a really difficult print, the carp, the koi that Jed designed for us. It's been really difficult. Okay, there's the top half done. We need more liquid. There's the top half done. We gotta flip it now. Let's get this out. Okay, back in a sec. I'll see if I can get a test print for you. Well, Tsugu-san today, I told you she's working on these, the print number 6 from the Japan Journey series, and she doesn't want me to show this too close because this is not finished. This is one of the, you see the memo. She's got different memo stuff on here. This is something, it's going to be something like this. You've got a fish with ripples. Better if I show it here. It's coming together something like this. And what we're not ready yet with here is the different densities of the gray, like that little yellow green ring looks a bit too bright, the shadow is not enough. There's lots and lots of changes still to come. And you perhaps can't see it, but there's rain also there. It's very, yeah, really close up, we can see it. See the rain? There's actually very, very faint rain going on here. And one thing we've really struggled with, and it's not solved, and we may not be able to solve it, is how to put the fish underwater. I know there is a blue tone on top of it, but whatever we've tried to do here and there, we just can't get the fish into the water. It's just too isolated. で、いろんな人のコメントがもう綺麗とか looking good, wow すごいとか。でも魚が本当に水の中かどうかその感じないでしょ。
浮いて見えるね。
そうだからブルーがないですね。
もうちょっと影を濃くした方がいい。いいと思うんです。
これもない。例えば今ここにあるグレー。
それをブレー、もうちょっとブルーっぽくしてた方がいいかもね。
そうすると紫になる。
ああ、ちょっとね。確かに。
浮かんでる感じないんですが、水の中の感じがない。
そうですね。
でも本当にこのレポの下に
いるような感じがいいですよね。私もそう思います。多分ね、前の方が黒っぽかったから。
Tell what, the fish white was less white. That's what we tried to do. The fish white here, there's actually a gray tone on it, a gray slash blue, blue slash gray. She's bringing me now a sample where she did that.
なんかね、こっちの方が沈んで見えるんですよね。なんかちょうど黒だから。
So
バックが
the
沈んで
thing
見え
is, the
る。
fish, she's put a bluer, grayer tone on the fish, but that dramatically changes the whole concept of the thing. You lose your blue on the water because of the way that the jet's layers have worked. So as I said, we're not done. We are still. That's another thing she's doing today is testing on us to try and make this thing work the best way possible. There's no end. There's an infinite number of possible ways to do these things once you get a set of blocks.
右の方が沈んで見えるな、やっぱり。
So the green flowers get more bluish, and actually that was part of the struggle. Because when we went to Ueno Park to look, we looked at photographs of Ueno Park where this is. Those actual flowers. This is way too blue. They are nowhere near that blue in real life. And this is part of the struggle here because we've got such a minimum block count. If we had no limits at all, we could do 50 blocks. Then you keep the blocks separate for the flowers and the seed. But because we're in a situation where we only have 8 or 9 blocks because of the cost-price in the equation, the water blocks have to overlap the green blocks. Anyway, as I said, she's still testing. We'll get it here. There's going to be no single answer. Even once we've decided to do what we're doing, not everybody will like that choice. So. Anyway, we haven't found it. It'll be a pleasant print. It may not be the most perfect print possible. It's Ueno Park. It's the Shinobaza. I guess it's the generic picture, but it's obviously this is what happens at Shinobaza Ike. These are the same plants, the same fish, the same kind of blue. Thank you, Suki-san.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Actually thinking about this, putting it in there. I'm not sure what to do about the back side here. Not sure what to do about size strength here. I think, thinking about it now, what I'm going to do, this is the first day in spring where we've upped the level of glue here. For the past month or so, we've been working at 35 grams per square meter, which is the lowest, coldest level. The paper is strong when it's colder, so the glue mixture can go lighter. As we move into summer, into the hot time, the glue mixture has to come up. And we'll probably peak in August or September at about 60 grams per liter, about double. And because it's warm today, 21 or 20, I upped the liquid from 35 to 40. So we've started our slope going up towards the summer season. But having said that, the batch I did last week, I was getting a bit too much stickiness side by side, sheet by sheet when I hung them. And if I go to 40 now, it's going to make it even a bit stickier. So I think what I might do, thinking about it now, is we've done the front side at 40 grams. And I think what I'll do is I'll cut this weaker now. I'll cut this down to 30 or something for the back side. But I'm also going to be doing another batch tomorrow, which I should preserve this for. So let's see what to do here. Let me put this back in the bottle and prepare a bit of a weaker mix here. How can I do this? I'm going to move the camera so it's going to show the sink. I'm just going to fool around here a bit, mixing different strands here. Let me move the camera. Hang on a second. Okay, I won't be able to see the screen. I'm just going to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the fluid back into the bottle because I don't know how much is in there. I can't measure this out. I'll need to measure it. So I'm going to put all the fluid back into the bottles, measure some out that will give me a control over how to make a weaker mix in here. And for this, I need another bottle. Excuse me a sec. Back in a minute. I have no idea where I am. Am I on camera or off? I can't see anything. So, see, we've got a 40 gram per liter mix here, and I need a bunch of it at something lighter, 25 or 30 grams. There's 500. Oh, look at that. 15. Okay. You get your slide rules out. I have 1.5 liters at a 40 gram mix, and I want to dilute that with hot water to give me, let's say, a 25 gram mix. Get your slide rules out. How much hot water do I need to put in there? I don't even have a piece of paper. Piece of paper, piece of paper, piece of paper. Look at this, not even a piece of scrap paper in the building here. Okay, I've got 1.5 liters. I've got 1500 milliliters, 1500 cc's. It's at 40 grams per liter. I want to dilute this to 25 grams per liter. So what I've got in there, I've got 60 grams of glue in there because it's 1.5 liters at 40 grams per liter. So in the whole thing right now, there's 60 grams of glue. And if I want it to be at a 25 gram per liter mix, then it has to be 60 divided by 25 gives me 2.4. So it has to be 2.4 liters of liquid. No, somebody's typing you need 3.5. No. You're wrong or I'm wrong. And I'm at the sharp end. I have to figure this out. We run this again. We have email from my daughter. I've got 1500 cc's of water there, and it's at 40 grams per liter. So there's 60 grams of glue in there. I want it to be at 25 grams per liter. So we take the 60 divided by 25, which gives me what? 2.4, something like that, close? Yeah, 2.4. So if we have 2,400 cc's of water in there, it's going to be the correct mix. You're telling me 3.5 liters. I don't get that. I don't get that. We have 60 grams of glue in there at the moment, along with 1,500 cc's of water. It has to be ending up 60 grams of glue, because I'm not putting any more glue in. And if it was 2,400 cc's of water, then what's that ratio? 2,400 cc's of water with 60 grams of glue means 6 divided by 24. Yeah, it would be 25 grams. No, Karen, you're wrong. You're confusing what I need to add with what we need in total. It is, it's 2.4. So, in there now is 1.5. I need 900 cc's of hot water. Are we good to go? I need 900 cc's of hot water, okay. There's 300. There's another 300. There's 200. There's 100, okay. Mix, 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 mix. Sit for a minute. I think I'm okay. I think we've got to go. I think. Let me just document what I'm doing. We have a spreadsheet here which I keep track of all the different sizing recipes that I've done. So just hang on a sec. I've got to document this. Okay, done. Okay, let's get to work. I'm going to be running late. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Okay. Sorry about the distraction. Let's get going. Let's roll. And we need less physical moisture liquid on the brush too, because the paper is now quite wet, wet, wet. We need to dump less liquid onto it because it's no longer a dry sheet of paper. And you should be able to see now from the side camera, this corner is some place where I sometimes dump too much liquid, and you can sometimes see a lake or a pool developing here. In the camera I see this side looks shiny and this doesn't look so shiny, but that's just because the reflection of where the window was at the back. There's a window behind this area, but if you see pools here, you'll know I'm screwing up, and let me know. I think we're okay in this, you know. I think it's running smoothly. It seems to be staying flat. Really no buckling here yet. I think we're okay. 紙はどうですか？そう、持ってました。はい。Susan says your paper's almost ready. She's sitting there nibbling a snack, so I think she's having a late breakfast anyway at her desk, so it seems that it's all right.すぐさん、本当に考えると、今、カレンダーに石川さんの点ついてますよ。黄色い点がついてますよ。そう。だからおかしいと思ったんでしょ。だから残ったものがくれてないでしょ。ないでしょ。じゃあ今の残った点は残ったものかな。It's there. だから今そう長い間にいないと思ったんです。だから今日ダブルおかしいの。E メールと点がついてますから。 Am I opposed to trying different sizing recipes? It's a long, long story. I guess if you're fairly new here, you don't know much about what's been going on. Step one for us over the past nearly 10 years has been to try and learn how to do it in the normal, traditional way as it is understood these days. Step one is not to experiment. Step one is to basically get what's understood already down so that we can create paper for the printers with a minimum of problems. I'm not stuck on traditions per se. If it turns out that there's better ways to do this, better materials, better processes, I will absolutely do that. We tried over the past couple of years. People that were here 2 years ago know that we tried to build a bit of a sizing machine to do this and had some success with it. But it wasn't stable, it wasn't consistent, partly because the paper itself that we've been getting at that time wasn't consistent. So we've retreated a little bit at the moment. We're not being very experimental at all right now because we are just trying to get a stable source of paper for our printers. So the quick, easy answer is right now we're not going to do much experimentation. We're not going to try different materials. We're not going to try different techniques. We are just at the moment trying to get this tradition or trying to get this technique stabilized. Once I have more experience, once we're stable, once I'm more confident about if I tweak this, that will happen. Once we reach that stage, then the experimental cap will come on and we will try all kinds of things to try and improve it, to make it more stable, more, a better job. Right now, there's going to be a minimum of experimentation here and a maximum of steady, stable work, just trying to get things organized. I'm sure there are better techniques. I'm sure there are better materials. It could always be improved. There's no end to things. But before we can do that, it's like, what's the example? You're trying to build a new bridge where the old bridge is and there's traffic pouring across it 24 hours a day. It's that kind of a situation. We're limited in the amount of experimentation we can do because this is a production workshop. There are thousands of prints being made here every month. We don't have the luxury of having a skunk works over in one corner of the building that can sit there and play with things and test them and try them. We're all active production workers here. The paper I'm working with right now is part of our production flow. I can't test it too much. Like I said, we've tried to do that, but we're really limited. It's on our plans, that little skunk works in the corner of the building, me and Aoyama-san and some other people, maybe at first 1 day a week, maybe later on more, to be here completely free to experiment without affecting the production flow. I really, really hope we can get to that point. Okay, I've got a few sheets left here, so we're getting to the end of what we're going to be doing here today, this morning. It's already 9:11. I don't have an extra person here to help me move the cameras around to the next room. So what's going to happen here, I'll finish this off, the back side. For those of you who don't know what's going on, the next step will be after about a 5-minute break, I then move to the next room and I hang the sheets up, wrap them in plastic where it all gets dried slowly over the next 12 hours or so. But that won't be happening on stream today. So the stream will end at the point when I finish doing this glue application. Today's Sunday here in Tokyo, Sunday morning, so there'll be one more stream left in our week. The Monday morning stream will happen, and I think what might be happening tomorrow morning, looking at my bookwork, it may be another sizing stream tomorrow morning. Because what I'm doing today is nowhere near enough sizing for the printers, for the work that's on their print jobs next week. So probably tomorrow's stream will also be a sizing stream up here. If I have enough energy tonight after the day in the shop, 4 print parties coming up. If I do, I'll do some sizing tonight in which case tomorrow's stream will be back downstairs for carving. But almost certainly that's not going to happen. So tomorrow's stream may be a similar replication of what we've seen here today. It'll be different sized pieces of paper, but it'll be the same concept. It's probably going to be another sizing stream tomorrow. That's Monday morning for Tokyo. Tuesday will be off. There's no streams on Tuesdays as always. Then I'll be back at it again Wednesday morning, and that will almost certainly be downstairs at my carving bench. Okay, there's our 40 sheets. The brush now goes in to soak in hot water, what's left of it. This size will be tossed out because it's not usable anymore. And I've got about 1 liter left of the strong stuff. I've got about 1 liter left of the strong mix, which will go in the fridge, and I'll be using that tomorrow morning. I may keep this as well, actually. I may keep this as well. Okay. This is going to sit for just 1 or 2 minutes. I'm going to hang it up. So that's it for this morning. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, Monday, as I said, another sizing stream. I'll probably be joined partway along by Cameron, I guess. He'll be my wingman tomorrow morning. And then Tuesday will be off. So 1 stream left this week. Hasn't been very interesting. Maybe there's some new people here today that haven't sort of got much of a clue what's going on. I'm sorry, this hasn't really been all that interesting, just rubbing glue over a piece of paper. If you're new here, then stick back, come drop back a couple of days during the week, because there are different kinds of jobs that happen on the stream. It's not always the same boring scenario every day. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for watching. From me and the fridge. That could really be a thing there. From me and the fridge. See you next time, same station. Thank you. From me in the fridge. Don't jump, okay? See you next time.